Sergeant Ernest Johnson, one of my oldest and finest buddies from the Army. He's here to help us with the choreography.
What you talking about, Jim? I do the choreography, man.
Dresser, he's not here to take your place, man. He's here to just help out.
What can he teach me? Man, if you didn't like what I was doing, you could have come and talked to me. Instead of going behind my back, bringing in some old drunk...
Stop right there. Now don't let your mouth get you into something you can't get you out of.
Morpheus,
Commander Locke.
I've spoken to the other captains, and I wanted to offer you the chance to explain your actions.
I wasn't aware that my actions
So
required...
great. You know Harry Lennox from screen roles in movies like The Five Heartbeats and Matrix Revolutions, Get on the Bus, TV's The Blacklist, and so much more. But Chicago theater fans have been getting a double dose of this acclaimed actor this spring. He's back home in two amazing productions, Purpose at the Steppenwolf Theater, and currently August Wilson's autobiographical How I Learned What I Learned. One of my favorite people to talk to, Harry Lennox, in studio. Welcome back home. Nice to see you here.
Great to be back with you, Dave.
You've been, I can't think of a time when you've been working in Chicago for such a long time. Am I correct on that?
No, yes, you are correct in that. I mean, I guess I did a movie here. I did a thing called Barbershop 2, and I must have been here for 7 or 8 weeks, back and forth. But this is the first time on stage.
To be on stage,
since 20 years.
Yeah.
20 years.
Purpose has been running for a while. You're taking a little time off to do this August Wilson piece, which must be very moving to you. It's a one-person show that's at the Broadway Playhouse. Talk a little about this.
So, Dean, this is so great because we get a glimpse into the brain of August Wilson. What were the events that led him to create some of the most memorable characters in the American theater canon? And we get to see the prototypes of that. August tells the story of how he met people like Charlie Williams and Cy Morocco and Barbara Peterson and how they really informed the characters that he invented. And I get to be those characters for moments at a time. There's a particular moment that really speaks to me, which is about a Speed Queen washing machine that his mother wins, and they won't give her the prize. But my mother was a laundress, and so when I get to that place in the script, I invariably cry. I cannot even contain it. But you know, it's just there's so much in common between August Wilson and me. Of course, he was a generation older than I was, but I knew him, and I worked in the room with him when we were doing King Hedley II. And so to just remember him, you know, listening to the words, you know, as the actors were reading them, and so you could tell if he liked it or not.
Oh, I didn't know that. I mean, now you're going to make me cry listening to you talk about how profound this was to be in the same room as him, and now to be portraying him in this one-person show.
Yeah, it's interesting. You know, I have a thing. I want to teach a course one day called acting theory or acting philosophy. So, like, I know I'm not August Wilson. Everybody's going to know that. I don't know that August wrote this to be performed by anybody but August. And so, so I guess my approach in this case has been to just be sort of me telling the story about these characters that we have in common, and to make him one of the characters. But I just don't want people to think I'm doing my best August Wilson impersonation.
Right. Well, you talk about teaching a class. I mean, it's kind of what you want to do with this Lillian Marcy Center that you're trying to get up and running in Bronzeville for young performers, young people who want to get into the arts. What's the latest status on this?
Well, we've been informed that the state of Illinois has released the first tranche of the money that will go into the build-out of this theater, which we hope to be finished in late 2025 or early 26. And I think, to your point, Dean, we really want this, when it grows up, it wants to be a conservatory for the performing arts. And I think not just for the young, but students of all ages, the people who want to continue to explore this part of their lives, their creativity, to express themselves in a way that they are really not able to do on the South Side, in the way that they're able to do in other parts of the city or the country.
I love your dedication to this, of keeping it going, keeping the ball moving, so one day we'll see this come to fruition.
It's covered.
With all Chicago actors, when they come here to WGN, they see all the bozo stuff that we have out in the hallway. And inevitably the conversation is, are the buckets still here? And can I play the grand prize game? Harry Lennox, today is your lucky day.
Yeah, I'm chopping at the bit.
Let's go over and play the grand prize game.
All right, I'm gonna show him how it's done.
Harry Lennox. Oh, brother, let's see how you do here.
All right.
Famous last words. But you know how the game goes because you grew up watching Bozo.
I sure did.
We've got the buckets, and these are the actual buckets that they used on the show.
Wow.
So put your feet, on a sort of an imaginary line here,
Okay.
and go in for bucket number 1.
All right, now I'm not prohibited from say something like that.
Oh, no,
There you
that's
go.
perfectly fine. Yeah, perfectly fine.
All right.
Bucket number 2. Here you go.
All right.
It's a little harder now, Harry. Bucket number 3.
Bucket number 3.
Boom! Here you go. All right.
Come on.
Bucket
Come on,
number
4.
4.
We don't cheer until 4.
Here we go.
Gets him every time.
Give it one more try.
Okay, one more time, get one more
Yeah,
chance.
yeah.
All right. Oh, man.
See, Harry. One more time.
All right.
All right.
I can't do it.
All
I
right.
can't do
You're
it.
never coming back, Harry.
I wanted to give you the swing fast back mic, but sorry, you don't get it. But any other Chicagoan will also enjoy a Victory Auto Wreckers t-shirt.
Fantastic.
This is Chicago legacy in itself. What I learned is at the Broadway Playhouse Theater at Water Tower Place through May the 5th. Check out BroadwayInChicago.com. Then he's going to go back into Steppenwolf's Purpose May 7th through 12th. The great Harry Lennox. Thank you so much,
Thank
my
you, Dan.
friend. It's great to see you.
Great to see you.
All right, back to you guys.